Top new movies in April 2024. Hello and welcome to Game Channel. Our guide to the top picks for April 2024 movies has everything you need to know. Picture yourself getting lost in thrilling plots, solving intriguing mysteries, and feeling all the feels from the comfort of your home. In April 2024, the moments leading up to the birth of greatest evil the world has ever seen will be revealed in the first Omen, and Garland shows us what the world could become if chaos prevails in his dystopian drama, Civil War. In this video, we summarize some of the films that will be released in April 2024. So, enjoy the video.
I'll need my own team. You won't like them. They're all... mad.
The First Omen. The First Omen is an upcoming American supernatural horror film directed by Arkasha Stevenson, who co-wrote the screenplay with Tim Smith and Keith Thomas from a story by Ben Jacoby. While The Omen centered on Damien, The First Omen is going back to before he was born, perhaps answering why he came about in the first place. In 1970's The Omen, Father Brennan was played by Patrick Troughton, was in his mid-50s at the time. In The First Omen, that role is played by Ralph Ineson, who is currently in his 50s, suggesting the prequel may be set only a short time before the events of The Omen. When a young American woman is sent to Rome to begin a life of service to the church, she encounters a darkness that causes her to question her own faith and uncovers a terrifying conspiracy that hopes to bring about the birth of evil incarnate. The First Omen is scheduled to be released in the United States by 20th Century Studios on April 5, 2024.
It's not real. 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 Who said that?
This is very real.
Monkey Man. Monkey Man is a 2024 American action thriller film directed by Dev Patel, who co-wrote the screenplay with Paul Ungentlemanly and John Colley. Inspired by the legend of Hanuman, an icon embodying strength and courage, Monkey Man stars Patel as Kid, an anonymous young man who ekes out a meager living in an underground fight club where, night after night, wearing a gorilla mask, he is beaten bloody by more popular fighters for cash. After years of suppressed rage, Kid discovers a way to infiltrate the enclave of the city's sinister elite. As his childhood trauma boils over, his mysteriously scarred hands unleash an explosive campaign of retribution to settle the score with the men who took everything from him. Monkey Man is scheduled to be released in the United States by Universal Pictures on April 5, 2024. Civil War. Civil War is a 2024 dystopian action film written and directed by Garland. The film stars Kirsten Dunst, Wagner Moura, Kelly Spaney, and many more. In the near future, a team of journalists travel across the United States during the rapidly escalating Second American Civil War that has engulfed the entire nation, between the American government and the separatist Western forces led by Texas and California. The film documents the journalists struggling to survive during a time when the U.S. government has become a dystopian dictatorship and partisan extremist militias regularly commit war crimes. Civil War is scheduled to be theatrically released on April 12, by A24 in the US and by Entertainment Film in the UK. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare is an upcoming spy action comedy film directed and co-written by Guy Ritchie. The film is an action comedy that tells the story of the first ever Special Forces organization formed during World War II by UK Prime Minister Winston Churchill and a small group of military officials including author Ian Fleming. The top-secret combat unit, composed of a motley crew of rogues and mavericks, goes on a daring mission against the Nazis using entirely unconventional and utterly ungentlemanly fighting techniques. Ultimately, their audacious approach changed the course of the war and laid the foundation for the British SAS and modern Black Ops warfare. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare is scheduled to be released in the United States on April 19, 2024.
Hello, can't hear you. Please do off.
Abigail. Abigail is an upcoming American monster horror film directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett from a screenplay written by Stephen Shields and Guy Busick. A group of kidnappers abduct Abigail and hold her hostage, hoping for a large ransom of $50 million from her wealthy and powerful father. Seemingly harmless, the kidnappers don't concern themselves much about their safety against a 12-year-old ballerina. One of the kidnappers attempts to befriend Abigail to keep her calm as the group awaits further instructions, but shortly after, Abigail reveals herself to be a vampire. Seemingly invincible, except for the classic weaknesses like daylight, the kidnappers are forced to fight for their lives as the manor locks up and turns into a fortress. Abigail is scheduled to be released by Universal Pictures on April 19, 2024. Rebel Moon, Part 2: The Scargiver. Rebel Moon Part 2: The Scargiver is an upcoming American epic space opera war film directed by Zack Snyder from a screenplay he co-wrote with Kurt Johnstad and Shay Hatton, based on a story Snyder conceived. The ending of Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire, left a lot to be resolved in Part 2, and the sequel will involve Cora and her fellow freedom fighters attempting to rally the colonists to stand against the Imperium. Part 2, The Scargiver continues the epic saga of Cora and the surviving warriors as they prepare to sacrifice everything, fighting alongside the brave people of Velt, to defend a once peaceful village, a newfound homeland for those who have lost their own in the fight against the Motherworld. On the eve of their battle, the warriors must face the truths of their own pasts, each revealing why they fight. Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver will be released by Netflix on April 19, 2024. An R-rated extended cut is set for release after the film's initial release. Unsung Hero. Unsung Hero is an upcoming American Christian drama film directed by Richard Ramsey and Joel Smallbone. Based on a remarkable true story, Unsung Hero follows David Smallbone as he moves his family from down under to the States, searching for a brighter future after his successful music company collapses. With nothing more than their 7 children, suitcases, and their love of music, David and his pregnant wife Helen set out to rebuild their lives. Helen's faith stands against all odds and inspires her husband and children to hold on to theirs. With their own dreams on hold, David and Helen begin to realize the musical prowess in their children, who would go on to become 2 of the most successful acts in inspirational music history, 5-time Grammy Award-winning artists for King Plus Country and Rebecca St. James. Unsung Hero has been slated for an April 26 release date exclusively in North American movie theaters.
My dream is to be like you. It always has been.
Challengers. Challengers is an upcoming American romantic sports film directed by Luca Guadagnino and written by Justin Kuritskas. Challengers follows Tashi Duncan, a plucky tennis prodigy who makes no apologies for her game, who captures the attention of best friends Patrick and Art. Flash forward a number of years and Tashi is now a coach, grappling to create a new strategy for her husband, Art, who is on a losing streak. Her efforts take a surprising turn when he must face off against Patrick, the estranged former best friend of Art, who Tashi has a history of her own with. As pasts and presents collide, tensions run high, and Tashi must consider what it will cost to win. Sounds intense and incredibly sporty. As we learned in the trailer, though, this film will be half sport, half relationship drama, keeping a close eye on the wants and desires of the core trio. Challengers is scheduled to be released in the United States by Amazon MGM Studios on April 26, 2024. So, those are some of the films that will be released in April 2024. Hope this video will help you to decide which movie to watch. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and activate the bell to get notified when we upload a new video. See you on the next video.